Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wieland. I am an author, game designer, and professional nerd. Tonight, I am the host of this very special Demiplane stream where we are going to be playing Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition and in a story that is simply titled San Francisco Bloodhunt. Now, I was very excited when Demiplane asked me to host this stream because Vampire the Masquerade is my favorite role-playing game. Like there are other games. Like usually when people ask me like, well, "What are your top 5 games?" I will say, "Well, these are my top 5 games right now," and ask me tomorrow, and they will be entirely different. But Vampire is always, always, always in that mix. It was the first game that really showed me the potential that these games have to tell stories, and I've just loved running it ever since, off and on, for many, many, many years. So being able to run it here at the show is amazing, and I'm very excited to do that. I'm also doubly excited because one of the things that I love to do with my games of Vampire is teach new people how to play. And we have an excellent mix of folks who have played Vampire before and folks who have never played it before in their lives. And I'm not going to call anybody out, but I'm because if you feel the need to self-identify, you certainly can. But I kind of want to keep it hidden till the end, though I feel like there may be a clue for those of you watching us on visually. But either way, I think it's going to be a ton of fun because we're also going to be teaching you folks out there how to play Vampire the Masquerade if you don't already know. So without further ado, let's go down the list here and have everybody introduce themselves. And introduce your character. I don't necessarily need you to broadcast your clan right off the top because I feel like that will become evident as we play. That's one of the. I feel like that's one of the subtle differences in play styles that we can get with Vampire, and that's a reason. Another reason why I like this game is that vampire fiction is a broad genre. Like, are we talking, Interview with a Vampire? Are we talking Bram Stoker's Dracula? Are we talking What We Do in the Shadows? I think all of those could easily be a Vampire the Masquerade game, sometimes within a 3-hour period of a single evening. I feel that tonight I'm aiming for a tone very similar probably to like Blade or John Wick as sort of vampire action thriller.
So happy.
This is gonna go great.
So happy. So
At
happy.
some point, yeah. We got this.
So, without further ado, let's start over on the end. Please introduce yourself and your character. And let's do it this way. This session tonight is a blood hunt, which is a very rare thing that happens in the domain of the kindred. It is the night when many of the rules are set to the side because a vampire has committed a crime that is so heinous that the leader of the vampires, most commonly using the title of Prince, has decided that that vampire must die for their crimes, which allows the rest of the vampires who participate in the hunt to commit the act of diablerie, where they not only kill a vampire, but basically drain their soul into their body to gain power. That's normally frowned upon, but the poor son of a bitch who ticked off the Prince tonight
Why'd
you
look at me when you said that?
this is not going to be a 4 against. Well, it's not going to start as a 4 against 1 game.
Boy.
So, please tell us your name, tell us your character, and why your character has agreed to go on the blood hunt. It doesn't even necessarily have to be that particular reason of, yay, I get to level up. You may be doing it for your own mysterious personal reasons. So let's begin on the end of the table there.
Hi, my name is Sarah Babe, and I am playing Sherry Olson, and she is participating in this hunt because she is very big on obeying authority. So if you tell her that someone in authority has told her to do something, she will do that.
All right, let's move on to our next vampire.
Hello, my name is Monica Valentinelli. I am playing, her name is Madam. And Madam is a former private investigator who investigated crimes and in the 20s. And the money was really good until it wasn't. And she got really good at her job, so then she started killing and creating some drama there. But she's slept through all of the changes that have happened over the past 75 years. So she is participating in the Bloodhunt because she doesn't know what's happening, but she knows what it's like to curry favor.
All right. Let's move on to our next vampire.
Hi, I'm Tommy. I am playing Loholt Linvander. He is a atypical sort of kindred that doesn't really follow his bloodline too closely to the mark, trained by a few in the past on how to fight and others on how to be more politically correct. And I am just passing through on my way back, all the way back to the Great White North. It's Toronto by night.
All right. Clearly, first time playing vampire. Yeah,
I'm new.
Move on to our next vampire.
Hey, I'm Luke Gygax, and today I'll be playing Vladimir Makovic. My friends call me Bad Vlad. Why am I doing this? Simply because I like to break things and punch people, and I don't get to do that very often.
All right, and let's introduce our final vampire.
Hi, I'm Skeeter Green. My company is Skeeter Green Productions. I am playing Tristan today. I'm a business manager for the local diocese. I don't know why I'm here. I am not a vampire, so I don't know what I'm doing here. This is a complete mistake, and I just hope I live.
All right, so
No chance.
Do you say this in game?
You're not a vampire?
Oh, I'm not a vampire.
Oh my god.
Are you saying this in game right now?
I'm not a vampire.
Okay, so hey,
Yeah.
would you like to taste his blood?
Well, I've never played with Rob before, but I do believe there was a smile of or a glint of like surprise.
this game is gonna go
Well,
great.
your name was Tristan? Oh, hi, Tristan.
So we begin tonight with the thing that every vampire must wrestle against, and that is hunger. At the beginning of a new evening, every vampire must make what is called a rouse check. And that allows you, and that determines basically if your hunger has progressed from where it was the night before. As a basic starting point, vampires are always a little bit hungry because you never quite quench that first. In fact, those of you who have occult knowledge have heard rumor that the only time that a vampire ever feels truly sated is after they have committed diablerie, and the hunger finally goes away for a night, a week, a month, but that might just be long enough for you to feel human again for that time. That means that every vampire is going to be starting with one hunger, and I'm going to be handing out hunger dots, I guess. We'll call them hunger dots. Don't actually eat them. They're not candy.
It's happened.
Yeah, don't ever use food for hunger dots.
Because as you progress through the evening, you're going to be making rouse checks to use some of your disciplines and abilities. You also can make rouse checks to just pump up your physical attributes on their own if you need to, because vampires always get to do the cool thing where they stand there and they get shot and they look down like ha 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 ha. And rouse checks can also allow you to heal injuries as well. But this is the rouse check to see if you are a little more hungry this evening than the rest of the crew here. So go ahead and roll one of your d10s. If it is even, you are okay. If it is odd, you are a little hungrier.
I am okay.
I'm okay.
I rolled a 1.
Odds
That's okay.
are-
We have food with us. We have
There you
snacks
go.
on the go.
I'm okay.
No.
I'm also a little peckish.
I didn't have lunch this afternoon, which I clearly was around this afternoon.
Oh, hi, friend.
All right.
Hi, not a vampire.
So, you have all been invited to the James C. Flood Mansion in San Francisco, which is one of the few buildings that survived the 1906 earthquake. That didn't take any damage, so you might actually know this building, and it is currently the home of the Pacific Union Club, which in our world is a very mysterious secret club of very rich people, but in the world of darkness, it's that, but it is also the cover for a chance for the vampires of the city, who generally refer to themselves as the kindred because they don't want to use the V word in public, to congregate and meet one another. That is where the masquerade of the title fits in here, because most kindred have a there is a rule that you cannot let humans know that you are vampires. And most kindred try to follow that rule. Sometimes it gets broken, sometimes they break it themselves. But that is also going to be that is the one rule out of the other rules that are being loosened here tonight that is still in play. You cannot violate the masquerade during this blood hunt, per the word of the prince. So, now that we've introduced this very stake building that's lit up very dramatically in the night, with spotlights and security, very thick, bald dudes, holding fingers to earpieces, wearing sunglasses at night so they can escort you from the building. Who arrives first? This is your opportunity to describe what your character looks like, to introduce your character to the audience. This is the slow-mo sequence where you get out of the car, dressed to the nines, and walk up the stairs to the Flood Mansion.
Well, Vlad is dressed like normal, so he kind of rolls up in his Harley and kicks the stand down, and he's wearing
just parks right out front.
Looks like a biker. He's got black flat-toed motorcycle boots, jeans, studded belt, black T-shirt with a motorcycle jacket on, and sunglasses.
Okay.
He's bald, has a dark beard.
Excellent. Very tough-looking guy.
He has like a knife on his side, like a kind of very Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, you look like maybe the one person that would give the various be-suited and be sunglassed security dudes pause if they had to try to calm you down. Who arrives next?
Amidst the ending of the kick of the Harley's muffler is a lighter, more muffled motorcycle as a sleek Ducati pulls up right beside him, and even though I am dressed like my Shadowrun character, I actually dress in a leather trench because that's what vampires do in the 90s.
You get one of those.
So I'll have a
for
leather
free.
trench, and it kind of just whips aside. I'm wearing sleek black suit with a blue tie, and he just kicks and pulls up beside you. He's got the glasses like this on. He just looks beside you and goes, "What's up?" And I'll just walk my way.
Ooh.
Oh, you go to fist bump, and I'll fist bump and I'll walk my way.
All right. Yes,
toward
definitely fist bump the angry vampire, the tough-looking vampire. Don't just blow.
Yeah,
him
no.
off.
Don't want to start off by blowing off clearly the tough one here.
All
so,
right. Okay.
Bobby, what was your character's name again?
Loholt Lindvander.
Lily. Okay.
I love that bloodline, and I just keep going.
Okay, so Vlad bad.
And I go straight in.
And who arrives next?
I can go.
Okay.
I'll walk in through the crowd.
Oh, there's no real crowd out
No
here.
crowd?
Like,
Okay.
but it's still a secure event.
Okay. 3/4 length trench coat, crisp white shirt, undone tie, blonde hair. If anybody's familiar with John Constantine,
Nice,
look
nice.
a lot like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Cigarette. Walk in.
Everybody's entering in slow mo. It's a vampire game.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Why not?
your character's name was Tristan?
Tristan.
Okay. All right. Who's next?
Do you want to like rock paper scissors or?
Oh, you can go first.
Okay. Cool.
Monica's like, I will be fashionably late. All
I
right.
mean, yeah. Like I.
Oh no.
What are the bouncers' names?
The bouncer's named?
Yeah. I'll name them if you don't want to.
Hans and Franz.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Devin and Kyle.
Come on, there's got to be a Joey in there somewhere.
Spanky.
Billy Bob.
Sherry Olsen walks up like, oh God, what's that one character from? She's a blonde. She's the computer lady on that show. Where
CSI?
Big Bang Theory?
NCIS?
Big, sorry,
no, I don't think it's Criminal Intent. I think
Criminal
it is.
Minds.
Criminal
Yeah, Criminal
Minds.
Minds. Yes. Garcia. She rolls in looking just like Garcia with the bright colored hair, awesome accessories, really cute dress, just super bubbly. Walks up, it's like, oh, Jimmy, Billy, how are you guys? Oh my gosh. Are they being nice to you? Are they?
Yes, Miss Olsen.
Oh my gosh, you guys can call me Sherry. It's fine.
No, Miss Olsen. We respect you too much to do that.
Oh, you guys are so cute. I love it. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on.
He awkwardly puts his arms up.
Aw, you're so cute.
Thank you. I feel very comforted.
Aw, thanks.
Let's introduce our final kindred.
As I watch all of you walk in, and I see this little thing going on, I decide to slip to the back, to walk in through the other side of the hidden entrance that I know is already there, because this is an establishment that I once partied at.
Right. I mean, if it was around in the 20s, it's got to have a side door.
The green door.
And a long history. Some of it not so great. So I slip in through the side door, and I am wearing a black pantsuit and basically like a feathered boa.
Okay.
Yes.
Pantsuit girl boss.
Love it. Hashtag.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Or should I do that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do a scene.
Let's do that.
You go through the green door, and you kind of have that moment of where you brush in and you're like, oh, I didn't know this was occupied. I'm sorry. As a young kid in a hood, a rail thin twig of a kid, wearing a hoodie, like looks up at you, and his face is it's as if somebody had squished it and then pulled out like pieces a little bit forward, including his mouth, and he has a one of those, you know, the bad teenage mustache, the kind of pencil thin type of look, and he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I should go jump in the shadows or something. I didn't know that anyone else was going to be here.
And why is that important?
Well, I don't want to, break the.
Okay. Can I sense from this proximity whether or not they're human or vampire?
Yeah, let's do a TT roll here. So why don't you go ahead and give me a wits plus occult roll? So the way that you roll dice in Vampire is you take all of your traits are rated between 1 to 5. You take a number of d10s equal to those numbers. Then you replace those dice a number of those dice equal to your hunger rating with a hunger die. And that should be distinct from the die that you're rolling. The reason is because these vampires are constantly feeling their hunger. Sometimes it gets the better of them and things go wrong. But you roll them, and evens are successes, odds are misses, and you tell me how many hits that you get.
Okay. 2 evens, 2 odds, right? Yep, 2 evens, 2 odds.
Okay, 2? Cool. All right. Also, 10. If you roll a 10, it counts as a regular success unless you roll another 10, and that counts as a critical success, and it's worth more that way.
Okay.
So 10s explode?
They do not.
What's that?
So 10s explode?
No.
Not in V5.
They just they may give you additional successes.
Okay.
Yeah, this kid, pale as he is, you think you've seen him hanging around some of the members of the Nosferatu that you know in the city.
I say, well, I am new here. I don't see why that would be an issue.
Well,
you are certainly welcome in this home.
I couldn't do that. I mean, Aristotle he's one of the oldest vampires in here, and I think that's who that's who they're calling the Bloodhunt on. But
please tell me more.
Well, I don't know why they're doing it, but I think he got the governor mad, and the governor says that he did something real bad. Give me a manipulation plus persuasion roll to get more information out of the Nosferatu.
Ooh. 5.
He's very excited to talk to you.
Are they all?
He's
So
gonna tell you all about his character.
He yeah. What does the Nosferatu exposition kid have to say? Well, he talks about how well, the governor says that he that they have evidence of him talking to the SI, the Second Inquisition.
What is that?
That they're you ever see X-Files, that old show?
Ouch.
Do you,
Perry Mason, maybe?
what is that, a shampoo brand?
This is gonna go great. I immediately look around for one of the nearest people that have come inside the home for help translating this modern groupery.
Stewardess, do you speak youth?
Do you speak anything other than the 19 whatevers? I look for the nearest person, and I.
Well, that means that you're probably going to have to take him into the general, you're kind of having this conversation in the back
Great.
hallway.
I throw my arm around him and I wrap him up in my bow and I say, "I'll protect you. Come with me."
That wasn't scary at all.
Yeah.
The game is vampire, sir.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
I mean,
Okay.
I would have been excited about it. I'm happy for this kid.
So you make your way into the ballroom, and there are kindred that are scattered throughout the ballroom. Most of them are seated at tables, and they're kind of talking with each other and this, that, and the other thing. And in the center, there are three couples who are very well dressed, tuxedo and tails, and ball gowns on the ladies, and they are whirling in a fantastic waltz. Where do you go?
Well, I look for one of my nearest. I look for one of the nearest people that came in.
Oh,
because I was watching all of them.
who do you want to?
Before
Well,
I came
okay,
in.
who do you want to talk to? Who of the people that came in? Who are you most interested in?
All right, so she is going to think this, and I'm specifically doing this for narrative purposes.
Sure.
Okay. So she is scanning the room, and she is seeing somebody dressed in leather on some kind of bike, and wonders who in their right mind would wear that to this. And then looks at the other person who looks like some sort of bouncer slash,
a tough,
muscle.
yeah,
A tough person, and wonders again, why on earth would they wear something like this? She
There
looks,
seems to be a recurring theme.
yeah, I mean, she remembers the party in this place,
Vampires
Madam
in
does.
leather?
So why would you not, at least dress up and be a little bit more dignified to respect your elders? Oh my gosh. So she looks at the one in the beige trench coat, and she thinks he's probably a PI, so he might be the best bet.
Okay. So what are you doing when they approach?
Staring them down.
Just okay.
Are you trying to intimidate me?
Not at all. Are you intimidated?
Does
I
it
am.
look like I'm intimidated?
It does not.
Thank you. I practice that a lot.
I'm sure you do. It comes off flawlessly on you.
Well, it's something that you kind of spray on, like a little fear every now and then.
Delicious.
You recognize your child. You are completely and utterly shocked that he would be here, given his, how does one say it, predilection for human cosplay.
Tristan, what are you doing here?
I'm out and about.
Well, obviously, this is definitely out and about.
What are you doing here?
I'm being a vampire. I thought you were too busy not being a vampire.
It's so much more fun creating clubs. Give me a break, Mom.
I really wish you wouldn't call me that.
My bad.
I mean, if you
The
really...
Lord tells us to respect our elders.
Are you telling me that you're acting right now?
I'm recruiting.
That's not what I asked you. Are you acting?
I'm recruiting?
You don't actually do any investigative work, do you?
Depends on your definition of investigative work.
No. I know this answer. I know this answer. No, he's he's like a the guy with the Kool-Aid, Jimmy John's.
What?
Jimmy John, right?
Jones.
Is that a farmer?
Jim
Jones.
Jones.
Oh, yeah,
Trying
no.
to start a cult.
Oh, how very 1890s. I mean, really.
What are you two gentlemen doing other than talking about bikes?
I believe we're probably at the bar.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want a beer or an old fashioned?
Beer.
Get him something hoppy, AB brand. I'll get an old fashioned. Give me the good stuff. Type O. Spare no expense, please. For
Oh.
neither of us.
The governor is covering all expenses because of the service that all the kindred here are going to be providing, says the bartender, and then he stops and kind of has a confused look on his face.
Something up.
And then he wanders back to he says he wanders back to the bar and says, I'm sorry, sir. Actually, we're running dry tonight.
Really?
Well, the governor wants you to be very hungry for your pursuit.
All right.
Can I get you a mint or?
No, I think I'll be fine. How about you?
Nah, I'm good.
There is the sound of the wedding sound when you tink the glass against your like a fork or whatever. And the Prince's Herald is like there's a ballroom, but there is also like a small stage in one corner of the room with behind like a podium.
Did you say the Prince is Herald or
The Prince's Herald, like the Herald of the Prince.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
No, not the Prince's name is Harold.
Okay. Sorry.
That would be awesome.
Prince's name is Harold.
Prince Harold.
Prince Harry.
It may.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's why he
Oh,
left
that's why they brought me in.
Oh, it all came clear now.
You all take a point of hunger for breaking the mood.
No.
I'm so sorry.
One of my specialties in game is cracking inappropriate jokes and then immediately causing emotional damage to everybody at the table. So we'll be okay. The glass gets struck a few times. The quartet that's been playing stops, and the dancers just flop on the floor, exhausted, because they've been dancing all night with no breaks. Ladies and gentlemen, kindred, neonates, and Scylla, the Prince of San Francisco, the governor, and out walks a tiny little man, 5'5", with, he looks like, if he's governor of anything, it would be the Munchkin Village in The Wizard of Oz.
Ouch.
Is he? Does he have Roman features?
Yes.
Okay.
And there is the herald starts clapping and there's a round of smattering of applause. I have a question for you, Sherry.
Yeah.
Are you related to the governor? Is this why you have a position of power within the city?
Sure.
Okay. Outstanding.
Could he be my sire?
He absolutely could.
Sweet. Let's do that.
Gramps.
Oh, yes.
Grandpa.
100%. I love that.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We're getting so killed tonight.
Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
I love this.
Welcome to me humble abode. I am the governor, and I welcome you all to our blood hunt.
I back away towards the door. No, seriously. I back away towards the door.
I know. You're like, oh, these guys are running the show here? Oh, no.
Amateur hour.
I'm going to lean into the butler and say, in that pause and say, how much do I have to pay for just a blood and tonic?
Sorry, man. He didn't bring any vessels in.
Use your powers.
I will definitely not use my powers at Elysium. I've been down that road.
Hey, who hasn't?
Yeah, right. Well, I've been there, done that. Got the T-shirt.
It is a very auspicious night here tonight, as he effortlessly slips from Cockney to Australian. We're gonna have ourselves a little bit of a blood hunt, and a few of the other gathered kindred, kind of, yeah, all right, woo, let's we're gonna fuck some dudes up. What's your language, young man? Everyone, we're going to mix things up a little bit here tonight. See, you may already know that we're going to go after that bastard Aristotle for what he's done to our community here in San Francisco. He's done and reported us to the Bobbies. We can't have that now, can we, fellas and ladies? As you see, I'm enlightened. I invited many ladies to join us here to our Bloodhunt. Welcome you all to our festivities. So mind your manners, gents.
I whispered to the kid, did he just say boobies?
You start snickering.
No, but does he mean a last... Like, I don't know what police he mean. Does he mean police?
Yeah, that's the Second Inquisition.
It's not as bad as the last time he tried to say uvula and said vulva.
Are they Spanish?
And the running gag goes running out the door. No, it's like it's like the, you know, well, okay, you didn't see that TV show, The Untouchables,
Maybe.
like Elliot Ness. I only got to go to a few history classes before I got a break.
I'll make it easy for you. What is it that this group wants? What do they want?
To kill vampires. They're mortal vampire hunters.
Why are they still alive?
'Cause they're funded by the government.
Wow, I've been asleep a long time.
There's
That just sounds like Sabat propaganda, to be honest.
I wish it were.
Cut back to the governor's speech, and that's when they made me their chief. So now what? It is time for us to let loose the hounds. What I want each of you to do is you'll see at these chairs and tables that my retainers have put up those place cards, because I want to mix things up a little bit. I don't just want coteries, working with coteries. If we're going to survive the Second Inquisition, we're going to have to do it together. So this is a good chance to... thank you, Sherry. You're as always, appreciated in these sorts of things. You brought that note. Good Tristan, though, I see.
He needs to learn.
You going to learn, boy?
I'm doing my best, Grandpa.
All right, then. So, have your chairs. Find out who you're going to be going on the blood hunt on. And bring that bastard Aristotle to me. Before the sun up. Players, play on. And the quartet starts up. And the dancers emit audible, like... No! As they stand back up and get back into position and start to dance again.
Can I, would it be appropriate to turn around to the dancers and use compel and just scream quiet at the dancers?
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, yeah, I'll just turn to the dancers who are groaning at their tiredness and just get up and yell, "Quiet!"
And so it's,
Oh, Grandpa's gonna be pissed.
he gives you a nod like, thank you. That was very kind of you.
His family.
One note a subtle note that I didn't realize before rereading the rules before tonight is that in 5th edition, your powers basically work on mortals.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to roll if you're going to dominate a mortal, because you're a vampire. They do that cool stuff all the time. So keep that in mind as we play further. So, who is heading to their looking for their name first?
All right, let's get this Mickey Mouse bullshit over with.
Yeah. Slide my chair back in and I look around.
You look around and people are scanning their things, blah, 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 and they're a pair of very attractive young women, one blonde, one brunette, smile at you, and one of them comes up and says, "You should join our team."
Oh yeah, what team is that?
The team that's going to win the Bloodhunt, obviously, and we're going to have fun while we're doing it.
Oh yeah, what kind of fun?
Well, we have a yacht, and we're just going to cruise around San Francisco Bay looking for that ugly Nosferatu or whatever.
In a yacht.
Yeah.
On a bay.
Yeah.
Did you know where the Nos domain is? I mean, I'm not from around here, but
I know,
pretty much
that's why-
guarantee they're not on a yacht.
That's why we want you to come join our party.
As tempting as it is. Well, actually, hold on. What have you got to drink on said yacht?
Oh, blondes, brunettes, redheads. Girls love to party with us because we spend a lot of money.
I go back to look at my name cards. Consensual feeding, not the right one.
And you do find your name.
Ah.
And the two girls look at each other and they are very like, very huffy.
How dare?
Yeah. And you sit down at the table just as Bad Vlad sits down at the table next to you.
I'll even turn my chair around backwards.
Oh,
and
yeah.
sit down.
So,
Power
you're going to
move.
blood hunt a
Nice.
vampire.
Well, it looks like it's fate that we're side by side tonight. Lowhold.
Vlad,
From Toronto, where are you from?
around.
One of those, huh?
You find your name at the table with these two.
So before I do that, I lean down to the little kid and I go, "You need to run."
I do. And he steps into the shadows and melts into them. And then you sit down next to these two gentlemen. A lot of quiet nods going on here.
What's up?
Yes, she is quietly nodding because she's currently very confused and doesn't understand. She knows that something isn't right, but she can't quite put her finger on it. So she's just trying to play along as best as possible.
Yeah, so you're dressed like old timey as well?
Yeah, a little old timey, like a little. It's a little vintage, like right, like it's like if
Smells like it came from a closet, kind of thing.
a little lavender and rose.
Oh,
you
okay.
know. Yeah.
Would having come from a time in the past as well, and having been through this, would there be any sort of obvious observations that this is the struggle that's happening?
What struggle?
That she's struggling with modernism.
I'm struggling with interactions with my fellow vampires because they seem very gung ho on this blood hunt,
And you're
It's-
like, this is a very thin ice here. Of
and something feels really wrong to me. Like because normally, something feels very wrong. So she
fair enough.
doesn't know how to
Go ahead and give me a wits plus insight roll here.
Wits plus insight. The red is my blood die, as usual. Ooh, I got a 1 on the red.
Okay, that's not bad unless
Not
it's bad.
necessarily. But I did, however, get 3 successes on that one, 3
Okay.
evens.
All right.
Thank you, by the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she definitely feels a little fresh out of the crypt. But with 3 successes, you also feel like you definitely feel her apprehension too. Like it isn't just Bright Lights, big city, but also she's maybe feeling a little twinge of regret of like, maybe this wasn't the right party for me to come to introduce myself.
So I'll just lean over and say, Look, I know it's all novel to you, and for what it's worth, I don't want to be here either. I just happen to be pulling through town, and now I'm charged with this mission. So we just keep it cool. We do our job, and we can get the hell out of here.
Would there be a penalty, do you think, if we did not if the other this competition with other vampires, I just don't. Would there be a penalty if we wouldn't be able to hunt this vampire, do you think?
See,
Hey. If you're on my team, you're hunting. You can sit in the back. I got this.
All right.
I'm just squish him like a bug.
I appreciate the tone. See?
Apparently much has changed since the 1930s.
And I still can't use a cell phone.
What is that?
And that's when the other two come to the table. A what now?
A what now? A cell? Like a blood cell? Like you can call people through your blood?
You'll see.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Hi, I'm Sherry. This is my child, Tristan. We're going to be helping you out here with the blood hunt. Do any of you have any questions?
Yeah, whose
telling
throat do I
you.
tear out for setting me up with this table?
I think that might be the governor.
Oh, well.
So, I mean, that fight might be a little bit difficult to have right now, but if you'd like, I can definitely take down the feedback, and I will definitely make sure he hears about it. We want to make sure that everyone is able to bring about, their true opinion. We want to get that feedback to know where we can improve.
Seriously, you care about people's true opinion now? I've been telling you Gramps is nuts for a long time.
You need to watch your goddamn tone.
Hey, my farming
shit.
idea of these blood bags is working great. I've got cells set up in the hills in California. We can farm these humans until we run the whole place. I had that place in Texas going great until the feds burned it down. You know I can set them up in
Listen,
every
Waco
city.
was a fucking mistake, and we told you that from the fucking beginning. Don't you even start
It
me with right now.
was
We're here for a
working.
goddamn blood hunt, and I'm not going to have this argument with you right now.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm sorry.
So,
We're noticing this like shift.
Need to
back and
stop
forth.
apologizing.
madam, does your dress have pockets?
Yeah.
Okay. As you kind of step in between sire and child, you kind of reach into your pocket. 'Cause I think like you almost do it as a sense memory of back when you were carrying a weapon as a PI. You're like, okay, let me get my hand on my gun, and there's not a gun in there, but there is a slip of paper. And you are able to get to a surreptitious point to unfold it and read it.
Okay.
And it is hastily written on the back of a candy bar wrapper. And it says, if you want to find Aristotle, seek out Elizabeth at the Wrecker. And it is signed, Maddie the Ratty.
Okay. Okay.
What do you do with this piece of paper?
I keep it.
All right. And I believe that is where we will take our first act break. We'd like to thank you for joining us for our first few steps into Vampire the Masquerade. We'll be back in a few moments as our kindred continue their blood hunt in San Francisco.
Are we obfuscating?
Where'd it go?
They're all gone. But until we return,
Right or left, man, Wakanda.
I am just here to remind you, repeat to yourself, either they're obfuscating or they're part of Degeneration X. I don't know.
Wakanda forever.
Just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. I should really just relax.
Oh, man, really?
Yeah.
Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Patreon, and we hope to see you there.